round number 9. We're 6-2 at this point, and we're going into our last match to see where we end up in the rankings. So we see Kahira. Kahira means either control or elementals. Elementals is a bad matchup for elves. Control is something that we can fight. It would also mean Belcher, but haven't seen any Belcher lists playing Kahira lately, so I'm not even thinking about that, and I'm not playing around that. Turn 1, I play Dryad Arbor. Think that their prismatic ending would be able to aim my land. Unfortunately, a new card was reprinted, March of Otherworldly Light, which I totally forgot because I was still not used to the new cards of the set. And actually, I'm now 1 turn behind the opponent, and I will try to catch up. The opponent plays a second land. I'm not fetching for an overgrown tomb at this point, because my opponent might play Spreading Seas. I do not want my only black source to get turned into an island. So unless I have a Curian Ranger, I try to play a little bit more conservatively. At this point, I believe that he has a counter. That's why I'm not throwing away Elvish War Master, and I'm waiting for the next turn. Maybe it's wrong. To play together with a Heritage Druid and get more value. We see a Shark Typhoon. We are sure it's control, and we're going to move accordingly. End step, I'm going to fetch for my Overgrown Tomb. From now on, I can protect it, and I'm fine with it. Next turn, we will try to cast War Master, which is going to get countered. And at this point, I understand that I cannot wait any longer, and I'm going to fetch, and I will cast my Heritage Druid, because I really have to finish the matchup fast. The more you let control develop their game, the worse it is for you, because they can outgrind you easily. So this turn, first I attack, and after combat, I'm gonna cast my Collected Company, because because they don't have to mana up, it narrows down the amount of counters they can play. The one that I would expect at this point would be Force of Negation, which in order to cast, they would have to pitch also 1 card from their hand. So I would get some type of value. It's a 2-for-1. This is what the company hits. It's Devoted Druid, Elvish War Master, Grist, and Heritage Archdruid. We definitely don't want Heritage Archdruid at this point. Because we have Vizier in our hand, we're gonna go for Devoted Druid as well as War Master, even though Grist is exceptionally good in these matchups. It's not very common for me to combo control decks off. Yeah, I'm usually shaving on the combo, game 2 and 3. But at this point, it seems very possible to happen. That's why I will try to cast Vizier of Remedies. As I said before, it's getting very late for me. It's after midnight. So I'm becoming sloppier with the deck. I should have waited for Solitude to resolve and actually target something before I go on and kill my Devoted Druid for no reason. So Solitude has to find another target, and of course it's going to get my Curian Ranger that don't care about my Elf Warrior token. And now we're going to cast Collected Company. That Collected Company had only Mana Dorks and a Scavenge Ooze, which is not a bad card to have on the battlefield. Of course, we killed the fairy. You never want to leave the fairy alive. It's a card that I think it's a very powerful planeswalker. And it should always be killed because it can help them cast Supreme Verdict on your turn. We attack with everything, we try to finish the game. Another Shock Typhoon. So right now, the main thing I'm afraid of is him reaching 4 mana and actually killing my whole board. The cast Solitude, pitching at a ferry in order to to exile actually my Scavenging Ooze. This is not a bad trade. I'm happy to give a Scooze for the ferry at any time of the day. We have Grist on top. That's a very good draw. And now I see a card that I wasn't expecting. Wilderness Reclamation. So it's a different deck than the one that I thought it was. I do know though that I have to kill them fast. So we attack. Memory Deluge. I think they were hoping to get another Solitude. Them being on 1 is very good. We are plus Grist, and that's when concede. And then we go to game number 2. So, round 9, game number 2 against Control. Wilderness Reclamation, actually, to be more specific. How I sideboard against these decks. I usually cut down on the combo. I'm taking out a Devoted Druid. I'm removing Finale of Devastation, Chord of Calling. I might leave one. Depending on what I see that they play, I might bring in Endurances. In this case, because I saw Memory Deluge, I'm actually going to bring 1 or 2 Endurances in. And because they're playing the Wilderness Reclamation, the enchantment, I'm actually going to bring 2 Forces of Vigor in. So it's not a fast hand, it's actually a decent hand against Control though. I have powerful creatures. I'm not playing turn 1 Cavern because I don't want to be spreading Seized. And also you can bait your opponent into playing a Chalice for 1 for no reason. So we continue, we play our War Master. If things go well, which they don't, they play Prismatic Ending on our War Master. I'm still not playing my Cavern. I will play it only when I need to. Right now, they cannot counter me. So I keep on attacking. I would like him to keep his mana up and not play anything, just to believe that he's going to be able to counter my spells. And again, Teferi. It's amazing how they always have Teferi in turn 3 or 4. So before I do anything, actually, I will see if Teferi dies or if he's gonna pitch any Solitudes, just to keep the card alive. So right now I'm gonna cast Elvish Mystic using the Cavern. And then once again we're gonna play our Archdruid to generate more mana next turn together with Kyrian. Wilderness Reclamation. The opponent has 3 cards in hand. We have 3 cards in hand. It doesn't look too bad for us. And they're gonna cast a March of Otherworldly Light. We're losing our Archdruid. They have 2 cards, we have 3 cards. So now it's all about racing. And again, I'm not gonna cast my company. This time I'm gonna cast my company first. I'm playing my Mana Dork. He takes Kahira. The opponent takes a hero to their hand, uh, which makes me think that they have a Solitude. As they are like that, tapped out with 1 mana, I will go ahead and cast Circulated Company, which hits in just mana dorks and endurance. Uh, I'm not gonna. I actually did it. I don't know if I should have put his graveyard back to his deck. Solitude, aiming our creature, our biggest creature, because the rest are just mana dorks. Warbuster, into Realmbooker, token, Curion ability, and now we start being aggressive. The only way we are losing at this point is if they actually cast Supreme Verdict. But the opponent doesn't. I don't know why he. I actually know why he killed my outlet, my War Master. I don't know if I would have gone for that card though. And at this point, I realize that the game is over. 7-2, it's the final result. That's it. And I hope these videos were a bit informative for you, that were giving you enough information or anything.